Your cat is communicating with you all the time, just not in the way you expect. Not loudly, not obviously, not in a human way, but in small behaviors that most people completely miss. And the strange part? Once you start noticing them, your cat suddenly stops feeling random. It feels readable, predictable, even emotional. Because underneath that independent attitude, there are very real things cats genuinely love, and most owners are accidentally ignoring them. But here's something even deeper most people don't realize. Your cat is not just reacting to your actions. It is constantly building a detailed mental model of everything around it, including you, your habits, and your emotional patterns. And that model is updated every single day. But what's even more fascinating is that your cat doesn't just observe you passively, it studies your predictability, meaning it knows when you usually wake up, when you move, when you're active, and when your energy subtly shifts throughout the day. And here's the part most people never think about. Your cat is also tracking the smallest inconsistencies, a slightly different walking speed, a delay in your routine, a change in tone. To you, it's nothing. To your cat, it's information. So when your cat stares at you, it's not random at all. It's comparison. It's asking silently, is everything still normal? Or did something change? And sometimes, that answer determines how your cat behaves around you next. But before we break this down, there's something important you need to understand. Most people don't misunderstand cats because cats are complicated. They misunderstand them because they're looking for obvious signals, clear reactions, immediate feedback, human-like behavior. But cats don't operate like that. They operate in subtle patterns, which means if you only pay attention to obvious behavior, you're missing most of what your cat is actually doing. And once you start seeing those patterns, you can't unsee them anymore. So let's break it down. The first thing cats truly love is a world that feels safe through routine and predictability. One of the biggest things cats rely on is routine. Feeding times, daily rhythms, familiar sounds, predictable environments. Not because they are boring, but because predictability equals safety. In nature, uncertainty is danger. So a cat's brain is constantly scanning. Is everything still okay here? When life stays consistent, that internal alert system relaxes, and your cat can finally settle. But here's something most people completely miss. Cats don't only track routines by time, they track them through absence. They notice when something that normally happens suddenly doesn't. A missing sound, a movement that didn't occur, a pattern that feels incomplete, and instead of reacting loudly, they become more observant. They reassess, they recalibrate, quietly, almost invisibly, and this is exactly why some cats suddenly act different when nothing has changed from your perspective, because from your cat's perspective, something did change. Maybe you came home slightly later, maybe you skipped a small step in your routine, maybe your energy felt different. Tiny changes, but for a brain that depends on predictability, those changes matter. And instead of reacting dramatically, your cat goes into observation mode, watching more, moving less, becoming quieter, not because it's relaxed, but because it's trying to understand. And here's where it gets even deeper. Your cat doesn't just check patterns in the environment, it checks patterns in you. Micro changes most people ignore, like how you enter a room, how fast you move, or how long you pause. When those signals change, your cat doesn't react immediately, it investigates. So, when your cat suddenly follows you or watches you more intensely, it's not random. It's updating its model of you. The second thing cats love is quiet connection through calm presence. Cats don't need constant attention. They need emotional consistency. And one of the clearest signals of trust is the slow blink. If your cat slowly closes and opens its eyes, that is not sleepiness. That is trust. I feel safe with you. But here's what most people get wrong. It's not just what you do, it's how you exist around them. Fast movement feels unpredictable. Unpredictable feels unsafe. Slow, steady presence feels safe. Even your voice rhythm matters, your pauses, your tone, and when that emotional rhythm becomes predictable, your cat stops monitoring you and starts relaxing around you. That's where connection begins. And here's something even more subtle. Cats often choose proximity over interaction. They don't always want to be touched, but they do want to be near you. Same room, same space, just present. And many people misunderstand that. They think, my cat doesn't want attention. But that's not true. Your cat wants connection, just without pressure. The third thing cats love is vertical control. To you, your home is flat. To your cat, it's layered. Floor, sofa, table, shelf, cabinet. Height equals control. Control equals safety. But here's the deeper layer. Height is also emotional regulation. From above, your cat decides everything. Engage, observe, or leave. It controls interaction, and that control is what makes them feel safe, even in a busy or unpredictable environment. And you can test this yourself. Place your cat in a space without elevated spots and watch what happens. It becomes more cautious, more reactive, less relaxed. Now give it a high place, and suddenly everything changes. Same environment, same stimuli, but now your cat feels in control. The fourth thing cats love is play that feels real. Play is not entertainment, it's instinct, a rehearsal of hunting behavior. But most owners make one critical mistake. They make play predictable. Same toy, same rhythm, same movement, and the cat loses interest because real prey doesn't behave like that. Real movement is messy, uncertain, alive, it hides, it pauses, it escapes. And when play feels real, something switches. Focus sharpens, body lowers, eyes lock in, and for a moment, your living room disappears. It becomes a hunting ground. But here's something almost nobody notices. After play, your cat often walks away. It grooms. It sits quietly. It disconnects. Not because it's bored, but because it completed a natural cycle. Engage, hunt, catch, reset. And this is where most people unknowingly break it. They stop play too early, right before the catch moment. Without that, the cycle feels incomplete. And over time, your cat becomes less engaged in play, not because it doesn't like it, but because it never feels finished. The fifth thing cats love is control over choice. This is the biggest one. More than food, more than toys, more than attention, cats love deciding when to engage, when to leave, when to connect. And here's what most people misunderstand. Affection in cats is not constant. It is voluntary. A cat can love you deeply and still walk away seconds later, not because something is wrong, but because independence and connection coexist. And this is exactly why forced affection backfires. Picking up your cat when it doesn't want it, holding it too long, interrupting its movement. To you, it feels like bonding. To your cat, it feels like losing control. And control is everything to them. But when you respect that, something shifts over time. Your cat stops avoiding you and starts approaching you, not because it has to, but because it feels safe to choose. And when you put all of this together, something becomes very clear. Cats are not unpredictable. They are precise. They love routine because it creates safety. They love calm presence because it builds trust. They love height because it gives control. They love real play because it activates instinct. They love choice because it protects independence. And when all of that is present, your cat doesn't suddenly become dramatically affectionate. It becomes more willing, more present, more calm, more connected, but always on its own terms. And here's the part that changes everything. Your cat is not just living with you, it is constantly building a model of you, your routines, your timing, your emotions, your presence, your absence, even your silence becomes information. So in a way, your cat isn't living in your house. It's living inside a version of you that it continuously updates. And once you start seeing that, you stop asking, why is my cat doing this? And you start asking, what is my cat reacting to? And that shift changes everything. If you want a better relationship with your cat, don't try to control behavior. Shape the environment. Keep routines stable. Be calm and predictable. Create vertical space. make play feel real, and always allow choice, because trust in cats is not built through control, it is built through safety. And this is just the beginning, because once you understand what cats love, you'll start noticing something else, the small things that quietly stress them, and those might matter even more. So next time your cat looks at you, don't ignore it. Watch closely, because there's a good chance your cat is trying to figure you out. Thanks for watching. Now, I'm really curious. What's one behavior your cat does that you never fully understood before? Is it the staring, the sudden zoomies, the slow blinking, or something completely different? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one, and it's always interesting to see how different cats communicate in their own way. And if you enjoyed this video and want to understand your cat on a deeper level, make sure to subscribe, because there are a lot of small things most owners completely overlook. And once you start seeing them, your relationship with your cat changes completely.